Hey guys, what's going on? Brian here coming at you with another video. Today we're going to switch it up a little bit and I am going to show you my quick restoration process for this Secret Wars number 8 that I just picked up off of Whatnot. So I'm going to go through and do a quick review of the book. I'm going to clean it using my nifty little sponge here, and then I'm going to throw it in a heat press. So we'll kind of walk through that process, ultimately leading to wanting to send this into CGC. I want to get this graded. I want to see what it comes back with, because overall, this is a pretty looking book. It's got a few little spine flaws on the cover. And man, I'll tell you what, the back looks really nice too. So let's take a closer look at it. So just at a quick glance, I'll tell you that this book looks almost perfect. But when you start getting a little closer, you start seeing a few of those little warps on the cover. Certainly something that a press would be able to get rid of. It's got a little bit of dirt on the cover. A few little spine ticks right there, but they don't look like they're color breaking, so that's excellent news. And I'll tell you what, the color itself on this book is pretty gorgeous. Here's that back. So again, color looks really nice on it. Cover looks actually pretty uniform. There is that little bit of dirt right there, that kind of roll that goes underneath this end and slides out to the edge here, but you know, we'll go through, I'll try and clean that up, see if I could get that removed. I've got a white eraser that I could use as well, so let's see. All right, guys, so I'm gonna set it up for the next step of the process, which will be pressing. I've got my Teflon sheet. I've got my parchment paper. I've taken a heavy sheet of paper and I sat it underneath the back cover, making sure that there's a little bit of overhang on both sides. I'm gonna take this heavy-weighted comic book backer board and I'm gonna slide it right into the edge here, right where those staples are at. Fold it over, making sure that, again, I have overhang on both sides. I'm gonna take another sheet of heavy paper and wedge it all the way to the end of the book. Again, making sure that it's seated right at the edge. Making sure that everything's centered. I'm gonna come in over the top with my parchment paper again and my final layer of Teflon. Now I have my comic book press currently heating up. I'm making sure that the top and the bottom plates of the press are set to the even temperature. I have it set to 160 and I'll put it in there for about 10 minutes, shut it off, and then just let it cold sit for about a day, day and a half, and just let it normalize to room temperature. So let's go ahead and get that started. All right, so I have my comic book sat in there. It is currently under heat and pressure. I'll let that run until the timer goes. Once it starts beeping, I'll shut it off and then just let it return to normal temperature and let it stay in there for about a day and a half, like I said. Okay, the moment of truth. So the book has been sitting in the cold press after heating for about a day and a half now. So let's go ahead and take a look and do the unveiling. Man, look at that. So we still have a little bit there. man, for the most part, we pressed out those defects, but they're still showing a little bit. So I don't know how much more improvement we're going to be able to get out of that. But overall, I mean, look at that, just the shape of the cover. So yeah, I'm seeing those two little items right there. Not entirely sure what else we can do about those. Kind of disappointed that that didn't show, or that didn't get removed out. Let's take out that heavy paper, the center board. Give this a flip. And look how nice and pressed that back is. So maybe not a 9.8 contender, but overall I am very happy with the way it came out. I'm still going to send this in to get graded. I mean, hopefully it comes back in the 9s at this point, but maybe shooting for a 9.8 was a little too wishful. Let's see. All right, so last quick update before I close this one out. I do have my books packaged up, ready to ship. I'm gonna send them off to CGC tomorrow. I did end up adding one additional book in with a shipment. I'm gonna send in an Absolute Superman #1 that I also feel like get a pretty high grade, so decided to add that in there. I put 2 custom labels on both of these books, so we'll see how those come back. Stay tuned. Watch out for my next video where we will do a quick review once I get the books back in, get a look at the grades. And man, I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, man, throw me a like, follow, give me a comment, tell me how I can improve. Just let me know. Later.